welcome! A day after. It's nice to see you. In case you haven't seen the first part of this video, it was up yesterday. You can just watch it up here. I'm gonna have it linked down below. It's linked, okay? It's where I read the book. So this is just the reaction to the show. And it's a lot, okay? I love this show so much. I can already say that. I love the book so much. And again, this will be spoilers, okay? This will have spoilers because I'm reacting to the show. So the way that I'm doing this is I'm not going to be showing you the show just because copyright's a bitch, right? So we're just looking at this together. I'm just gonna give it back to past me who already filmed the reaction, who was, by the way, wearing this exact same outfit. Different sweatpants though, but same outfit. Yeah. Hope you enjoy. Okay, it is very, very early in the morning. It's 9:30, so not sure how early that is, but it's early for me, okay? I just woke up, I just did my skincare, but we are watching Percy Jackson now. So I was struggling a lot with how to do that because honestly copyright is horrible. So I've decided I'm just gonna show you the reaction of me to the thing and maybe like some screenshots. But after that I'm gonna do a little comparison of just like the first episode, maybe if I can manage the second. So let's just look at what it looks like because honestly I'm very excited. So from what I'm assuming, because the second one is I Become Supreme Lord of the Bathrooms, the first one is how they get to Camp Half-Blood, and then the second episode is the first few days in Camp Half-Blood, maybe even until they decide to go on their quest. Not sure. Even though I still think that the trident scene, like with the holographic trident, that could be such a nice way to end a series, like an episode. Okay, are we ready? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Ah, they're taking the same dialogue. Look at Percy. Look at him. Oh, I think this is perfect. Okay, so what I'm liking about this so far is that they're giving a lot of backstory. They're giving more backstory on Percy than they did in the books. They're giving him backstory like, I saw something. I saw things that are not normal. I saw a horse with wings. I saw Pegasus, which obviously makes a lot of sense because like Pegasus is a horse and Poseidon made the horses, so the horses like Percy. It's a whole thing, right? So I'm just excited about it. It's really cool to give him like this kind of backstory with like this backstory, right? Where he's in school and he's already struggling, because in the book you only realize that this is like his 10th school, I don't know. But right now you're like going through that because he technically can tell you that this is his 10th school, but he doesn't. They just show you. I think that's done very well. Grover! I mean, it's always the same how they do the dyslexia in the movies. They did it in the first movie, they did it in the series now. Like how the letters kind of move around the page, which I feel like is kind of accurate, but it bothers me. The letters are moving. Because I want to read what's on the page, but I'm guessing just because we're like Percy, we can't. We're getting the pen. We're getting the pen. I imagined the pen to look a little different than the pen actually looks, because it's just like I have one of these pens. Okay, so what I find interesting is that the Mrs. Dot scene is outside, like it's in front of the museum. But so far I'm liking it, and he just pushed Nancy into the fountain. But technically, it felt a little weird because he's not supposed to push her in. The water is supposed to grab her and then take her, which it looked more like he was just like using the force basically to push her away, which technically he can't do that. Okay, so what's different is that Percy did get expelled now, or like we're just not allowed to be there right now. It's a little different. I see where it makes sense because they can't just let the whole term play out, because it wouldn't make sense in a series, right? To let them still stay at school. Everything is just sped up a little bit, where Percy now probably will go home to his mom before they go to like the beach hut, or they won't go to the beach, honestly. We don't know yet. This is just, and I feel like the first episode will end with the Minotaur, because it just feels natural to end with the Minotaur. But yeah. Ugh. I'm about to meet Gabe. I already hate him. I'm sorry, I'm just very, very excited. They have this plant. This one. They have it in their room. It's just a nice plant. They're going to the beach. Woo! In my opinion, they're spending still the weekend, but there is a greater focus on the beach house. I like that. I like that because it's kind of like showcasing the relationship between Percy and his mom a little better. And what I also wanted to say, I love the guy who plays Percy. I like him a lot. I think he fits a lot. So far, he is a lot less sassy. I feel like personality-wise, the movie Percy, so Logan Lerman, that role was very sassy. And book Percy is also very sassy, like with the things he does and the way he talks. And this Percy is a little more quiet, a little more calm, which is fine. I just like sassy Percy a lot. It's a cool thing, so maybe it will still happen. But this one is he's just a little calmer, he's just a little quieter. Look at just Grover just showing up, crashing the family vacation. They're in the car, they're on the way, Grover's there. It's pretty similar to the books, actually. It's nice, I like it. Not just Grover in the car while being chased, like, I'm actually 24. I just look like I'm 13, but I'm actually 24 years old. It's well done. It's also well done that in like this stress situation, Grover just blurts out things that he's not supposed to tell them or that are like not important, but he does so anyway. The Minotaur coming to ruin everybody's day. This fight is a lot longer than I thought it was. Interesting. Another difference. I'm just pointing out differences at this point. This is the end of the first episode. We're definitely gonna check out the second one as well because I'm hyped now. But they're not at the infirmary. Like, after he fights the Minotaur, in the books they're at the infirmary, and he hears Annabeth saying he's the one. Right now, he's still, like, laying in the grass. He's just there. And people are, like, just standing around him. It's good. It's different, but it's not different in a way that bothers me, right? Okay. He's in the infirmary now. He has no idea what's going on. And Annabeth is there in her orange t-shirt. I like her. Oh my god, I like her so much. She said one sentence. Well, she said two sentences so far. She said, he's the one, and she said, you drool when you sleep. If she calls him seaweed brain, I'm going to lose it. Literally. I'm just gonna sit here and lose it completely. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so this is a little different. So right now, he's angry at Grover, which I feel is the correct feeling that he's feeling. Like, Grover didn't tell him a lot of things. Grover lied. Grover did some things. So now he's angry at Grover and he's like, I'm gonna find my dad, which is fun and which is good. I like it a lot. It makes sense. But what I'm seeing right now is that he's walking up to Mr. D and going to confront him, which I don't think is a good idea, because at this point he doesn't know who Mr. D is. Maybe you don't know who Mr. D is, but Mr. D is Dionysus, god of wine. He's still a god. So, yeah, walking out to him might not be the best idea. But the sass was just there. The sass was there. He was just like talking to Mr. D, and he was just, as always, saying, Peter Johnson is here. And then Percy's just like, but did you really hear me though? The sass was there. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. My hair got stuck in these headphones, like, for the third time now. I am losing hair. Percy, just looking for his dad. Okay, so I don't like that they changed that. I don't like that Mr. D has such a big dialogue with him. It's just, it doesn't feel so Mr. D. So right now, Mr. D is pretending like he is Percy's dad. So far, I have to say, I am very impressed by the cast. I think the cast has done very well. Like, somebody put a lot of effort into choosing characters that portray the original characters very, very well. And I don't mean that they exactly look like they were portrayed in the book, but that they give off similar vibes as the characters in the books. And that's just, in my opinion, pretty cool. I like it. It's cool. Ooh. I think it's different, definitely. Everybody is saying that Grover succeeded. In the book, it was pretty clear that Grover failed because Sally, Percy's mom, died We all know she didn't, but because she's not there. Like, she got kidnapped, okay? So, right now, everybody's saying that he succeeded in bringing Percy to camp, safe. Well, more or less safe, alive, okay? But Grover isn't sure. Grover is like, I didn't succeed. I didn't do this very well. It's different, but it makes sense in the future. I'm not sure how they're gonna do it, because Grover then goes with Percy because he thinks he failed. I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. I love the way Camp Half-Blood looks. I love that it's like out on the hills, and then there's a little forest, and there's little signposts, and all the kids in the orange. The owls! Rathena! Just leaving him there. In the cabin with all those random strangers. Not Percy eating all of his blue jelly beans alone. Is that Luke? That's not how I expected Luke to be. Because he looks much nicer than he is in my head. This wasn't in the books, probably because the books are written out of Percy's perspective and we don't know what Grover's doing. But Grover is currently meeting like a forest nymph. Like a tree woman. I'm a little scared now because this is where things go off the rails, and this is where things can either go straight down or they can just stay level. It's very rarely that something that goes off the rails goes upwards. Okay, so I know. So the good thing is that Percy has the dreams that he has in the books as well. It's just all in all very close to the books. Percy's been having the same dreams, and like, we know who's talking to him in his dreams, right? But it's just done very well that you can never see who's actually talking, and so that it will still be a surprise even when you hear it later on. It's just done really, really well. And the way that certain things just appear, and if you know, you know, but if you don't know, you don't know, and that's done really, really well. I like it a lot. Ooh, Matt and Clarice. They all have their little beaded necklaces. It's so nice. It's so realistic. It's so close to the book. I love it. I also... Okay, so with Clarice, like, I really liked the Clarice in the second movie. She was chosen very well, and I also like this Clarice. I think they're probably both very different from each other. But so I think both of those Clarices look very differently, but their character is pretty similar. And it's kind of hard to find a person that can like bully at such a young age, because Clarice is essentially just that. She's just a bully, much like her father is. Just a bully. I think this is nice. I think they casted Clarice nice as well. I'm so happy. The only one I'm concerned about is Luke, because in my opinion, because I know everything that Luke does and I know everything about Luke, I would imagine him to look worse than he does right now. Whew. Okay, so I think this is different in the books as well, but now they're trying to figure out what Percy's good at, so that Percy can get glory, so that his dad will claim him. I think technically it makes sense, right? It makes a lot of sense. It feels a little wrong. Just Percy having a bow and arrow in his hand feels wrong. What I'm also quite liking, wait, let me show you. I feel pathetic right now because I'm taking pictures of my screen with my phone. Like, it's ridiculous. But we have people in wheelchairs there, and I'm just loving it. Archery's not his strong suit. Percy, I want to protect this Percy. He's cute, which is exactly what happens with the book Percy, just because he's just like, I want to give him a hug. I think he needs a hug. And this Percy also needs a hug. Percy's so precious. I also think that it's nice that he thinks about his mom so much. It's important. It makes sense. Oh my gosh, Percy's about to become the Supreme Lord of the Bathroom. Because that's what the chapter in the book is called, and that's what the episode is called. And he's going to the bathroom, and he's gonna blow up some toilets. He just drenched them all in toilet water. Ugh, so cool. Annabeth is just standing there judging him like, could you be the one? I like Annabeth. I don't know what her name is, like the actress. But I like her. I think she fits perfectly. Capture the flag. Woo! Okay, so they're like talking about Thalia now, which is interesting. He knows about her earlier, which is important, because in the movies she wasn't an issue until the second movie. In the book, she's mentioned, but much, much later, because you're not supposed to talk about her. So right now, we know about her. The Forbidden Kid. Guess who's also a Forbidden Kid? Percy Jackson! This is the most exciting part, because this is the part where I get my trident scene. Ah! Everybody's screaming. Not Percy, just dancing in the forest. Because he doesn't know what to do. Excuse me, but I am a sucker for when they use the same dialogue as they did in the book. Remember how I said no maiming? She says she'll lose her dessert privileges. That was in the books. It's so great. He's healing! He's in the water and he's healing. Oh my god. The trident is here. I need to calm down. I have a pulse of 130. I am beyond excited. You don't even know how excited I am. I mean, you probably can't tell how excited I am. But, it's happening. I imagined the trident to be smaller and to just be the tip of the trident and not the bottom of the trident. And I thought it would be this big, but it's like this big. But oh my gosh, this is so cool. Look at how cool it is. I can't deal with it right now. I cannot deal with it. But that also means that the episode's almost done. I need to calm down before I watch the rest of this. Excuse me. The summer solstice is in 1 week. They have 1 week to return that thing. I think in the book it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks seems more logical to travel from New York to Los Angeles, make a pit stop in Santa Monica and Vegas and wherever the hell they are. Memphis? No, it wasn't Memphis. That's where Elvis is from. Somewhere, okay? Somewhere. It just seems more logical since none of them can drive and they can't fly. Grover is the only one with a brain here. Like, Grover telling Percy that his mom is alive to get him on this quest is the best way. Like, he's just telling her, you know your mom's alive, you can go to Hades and, like, talk to Hades. And everybody else is just like, Grover, don't tell him. But, Grover, you're the good kid. You're the good guy. I just really hope that they're following along the logic of the book. Okay, that's it. That's it. Those are the 2 episodes that Oh my goodness. This is hard. This is really hard. I really want to watch the rest of it, but I can't because it's not out yet. And so far, I'm extremely happy with it. Like, this is good. This is exciting. This is so close to the books. Like, of course, there's some other stuff because I read this book in like 3 hours. So I can watch this series. If it only took me 3 hours to watch it, it could have been a movie, right? And the good thing about making it into a series with multiple episodes is that you can fit more stuff in there because each episode is about 40 minutes. It's just a lot more time that you have for this. One thing that they did really well is the casting. I think they did an amazing job with that. I like every single character so far and I think they fit very well into their roles. The second thing, they're very, very accurate to the book. The things are happening like they are in the book. It makes sense. For example, with the movie that they made Hades the bad guy. They made Hades want a war between the gods. And in the book, Hades doesn't want that war because he thinks that the underworld is already filled up enough and that if everybody dies and there's a war, then that's really stressful for him. So we all know that the person who actually wants this war is Kronos. And then Ares wants a war because he is the god of war, which makes sense. So I'm hoping that this is exactly what's happening in the series, that they're not changing that. But I don't think that they are, because so far it looks pretty similar. But up until this point, it's also very similar to the movie that they made. So now the 3 of them will be going on the quest in the next episode, I believe. It makes sense. I like that Annabeth has her hat. The thing that you can do in movies, for example, change the appearance of the characters, change the skin color of the characters. That's not what makes the characters the characters. It's just how they're described, and you can change that. What you can't change, in my opinion, is how they act and their personality. That's important. It's more important than how they actually look. But What I'm really liking are the outfits and the necklaces, and that they took so much effort into building that place. Even though they're not there for a long time, like this is the last time that we're gonna see Camp Half-Blood because they're going on a quest. And I just feel like they did a very, very good job in creating the camp. And I cannot wait until they have this second season and we can see more of Camp Half-Blood and we can see more of the people, and it's so great. It's so great. Okay, I was just very happy. That was it. Honestly, okay, that was it. That was me reacting to the first 2 episodes of Percy Jackson. That was me reading the book. I am beyond excited for this, for the rest of this series, for everything, honestly. I'm so happy. Let me know if you enjoyed this, honestly. Let me know if you're as much of a Percy Jackson fan as I am. And I hope to see you for the next video. Goodbye, everybody, and I hope you have an incredible weekend and you get to chill and read a book, maybe pick up Percy Jackson, maybe watch this series, I don't know, maybe you have watched it. I would be also, like, very excited to hear everything that you have to say about it. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you for the next one. Goodbye!